Hello and happy Monday. This is Pastor Lance of Breakthrough Ministry, and I'm coming to you with a message titled Character. Who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord? Or who shall stand in his holy place? He that hath clean hands and a pure heart. That is Psalm 24:3-4. And I'm telling you right now, anybody got gloomy days, sad days, bad days, just irritable days, go read the book of Psalms. I promise you, some of those words, some of that musical will just uplift your spirit and just put you in a whole different atmosphere. Sometimes it's the atmosphere that we in that changes our mood. Well, if you make sure that you're always reading your word, being close to Jesus, then you will always be in a heavenly atmosphere. That no matter what's going on in this world, nothing will be able to take away your joy. And that's what we always have to remember. Wake up with joy. That's why he said, weeping may endure for a night. Joy comes in the morning. Because when we wake up in the morning and we realize God gave us a new day, we got a new opportunity, we are still alive, that is something to rejoice for. We should not be sitting around feeling the same way we did when we went to bed. Yes, the bills are still there. Yes, the divorce is still there. Yes, the headaches are still there. Yes, the frustration is still there. It's not going to go away, but I'm not going to let anything steal my joy. So, talking about character. Character is a set of attributes or features that make up or distinguish an individual. The attribute of honesty is a vital part of a Christian's entire life, and it touches every area. You have to be honest in the workplace. You have to be honest with others, but it always starts with being honest with yourself. Look at that person in the mirror. Find out, what is it I got to fix about me? Let's not walk around thinking I'm perfect, thinking I don't have any flaws, I don't have any issues. We all do. And we all can work on improvement because none of us is perfect. So we got to make sure that our character show integrity and honesty when people view us, right? Because they'll be able to say, you know what? I vouch for that person. I can vouch for them. Because you never know when the accuser is going to come in the flesh. Satan is always up there accusing us. It said in heavenly places, right? But what happens when Satan accuses you in the flesh? You need some people to know about your integrity and your honesty, so therefore they can vouch for you when the accuser comes against you. Cheating in any form is never an option, regardless of how small or how significant it may seem. Jesus said, he that is faithful in which is the least is faithful also in much. That's Luke 16:10. So either you're faithful or you're not. There's no in between. I mean, you got to be faithful in your relationships. You got to be faithful in your marriage. You can't be walking around saying, I love Jesus, but then you turn around and you're cheating in your relationships. You're cheating at work. You're cheating to be able to get ahead, and you're doing things that is out of order you're not supposed to do. Life isn't fair, but guess what? We do not supposed to be a part of what this world is offering. This world is offering hatred. The world is offering deceit. The world is offering lies. We cannot be a part of that as Christians. It's a godly, that's the difference. Character comes from the new birth. Once you take off the old, put on the new, you accept Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior, and it will affect the believer thoughts that he entertains, the words that he speaks, and the actions he performs. That's why so many people want to come against the old you. You got to tell them, no, I put on the new you. The old me, yes, did this, did that, cussed like a sailor, did all of these things. But now I'm watching the way I speak. I'm watching the way I think, because what thinketh a man, and I'm watching the way that I act because I have others watching me. I got non-believers watching me. And if non-believers are watching me and I'm not acting like the woman of God I supposed to, then they definitely ain't coming to Jesus Christ. They're definitely not going to be able to come. It says our true character is revealed, guess what? When we are under pressure or when we are alone. When others not watching. What are you doing when others not watching? Are you still being that godly person, or are you being your true self? What is really underneath all the makeup? Who are you? Because what's on the outside should reflect what's in the inside, and what's on the inside should reflect on the outside. And that's where a lot of people are coming in confused and being able to not really identify with who they really are, because they act one way, but they really are another way. On the outside, they show people, I'm this nice person. Hey, how you doing? Yes, I'm godly. I got it going on. But behind closed doors, you got men that's beating their wives, and wives that are beating their husbands, and parents that are mistreating and neglecting their children. And it has to be, are you the same or under pressure? What happens under pressure? Do I just go off the bandwagon, or do I still trust Jesus? When I'm under pressure, do I try to take things in my own hands, or do I still trust the one that is on the throne? That's when the true character comes out. It says our actions in life are being recorded, and the secrets of every person, guess what, are being revealed. That's why you hear what goes on in the dark does what? It comes out in the light. It says, and the books were opened, and the dead were judged out of those things that were written in the book. That's Revelations 20:12. Character is also evidence in the small things of life. How do we treat our children? How we treat our friends, our pets, the ones that can't talk? How do we treat our neighbors? How do we treat our church family? How are we showing? I hear so many people now, I'd rather be by myself. I'd rather, then you're not a disciple of Christ, because nothing in his word tells you to be by yourself. Nothing in his words tell you to not go out in the community. Nothing in his word tells you that. And it says, the disciples thought Jesus was too busy to be cumbered by little ones, but Jesus' response forbid them not. Do we have time to fix a child's bicycle, a broken wagon, or a doll bed? Children will not remember that extra $100 we made, but they will remember our character of kindness, patience, and love. And that's where I think those who get the bad end of the barrel is the children. We don't have time for our children. We throw screens in front of them. We throw games in front of them, but we don't make the time for them. We don't make the time to go to the park with our children. We don't make the time to take our children out for maybe a nice dinner, or to take them out to spend time with them, or just in the house, sitting down, giving them an hour of our undivided attention where there's no phone, no television, just playing with cars, letting them do our hair, and we be their doll baby, whatever. Are we taking the time out to tell our children, hey, I'm here for you? Release your feelings. Children are going through things that we never had to experience in school. They are going through things with social media we never had to experience. We didn't have this social media. We didn't have a certain look and an image that the world is telling us we're supposed to look like. And if we don't look like that, then we're damaged goods. We didn't have what they now have. So sometimes we got to make sure we say, how was your day? Anything happened today at school? Get their remembrance back up. So if they tell you something happened, you can help walk them through it. You can help them to be able to know something they may have did right, something they may have did wrong, or something that somebody wronged them, unless what we can do to make it right. Parents are just, sometimes when you turn on the internet, it's like, are these the parents these days? Are we serious? You got cameras being put in newborn faces before they can lift their head up. Everybody's trying to make a profit off of their children somehow. Sex trafficking children, kidnapping children has become a norm. And I just feel like children nowadays just have a disadvantage when parents are not paying attention. Because if you're not teaching your children, you better believe the world is teaching them. You better believe the internet is teaching them. So all I'm saying, saints, is the word of today was character. How right now, if God was to view your character, would it be in good standings before him, or would it be in good standings before the world? That's what matters. And depending on how your standing looks, it is time for each and every one of us to make a change. God bless you. Pastor Lance of Breakthrough Ministries.